làmọ̀ dódódódó.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun diary, diary Politico.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook,
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube,
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́,
Maiyegun máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ,
Maiyegun máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o,
Maiyegun máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ,
Maiyegun máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá,
Maiyegun máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o,
Maiyegun máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú,
Maiyegun máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì,
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. SK Amugbolawo. God bless you. Good morning, good afternoon, and then well, maybe good evening from wherever you are watching me from right now. Sorry that I came late. It's a complicated business, so I have to tidy up one or two things from this end before I can have and spend enough time with all of you this morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Maiyegun's Diary. Welcome to today's sermon. And welcome to the latest that is laying credence and validating everything that we have been saying and telling you about the lies they called a country, the terrorists that you called government, and the lifeless, dead president that you called a leader. This is Maiyegun Live. And I would love to quickly add this before we proceed. For the sake of some of you who are watching Maiyegun for the first time, or maybe in the last few times you have seen Maiyegun, you have been having your own kind of misconception about what this platform stands for. You have every right on this platform to express yourself, because that is what Maiyegun is doing as well. But the only right you don't have is to stifle others, their own right of expression. On this platform, we go after those criminals, those, two-faced or multifaceted criminals who present themselves and then parade themselves as your leaders. So if you feel offended about anything at all, you must be offended because we are talking about them, not you. But you have your right to be offended if you feel offended, but you have no right to question us how we speak, how we address them, the way we present our own side of the story, it is not your right to question that. It is your right to like them. And it is our right to have a platform where we can express ourselves the way we feel. We don't give room to political correctness. We don't give room to religious correctness. We don't give room to all other shady criminal diversionary tactics that many of these criminals and those their allies love to flung at us. We are not bothered. So if you are not bothered about us expressing ourselves the way we feel about the criminals that present and parade themselves as your leaders in that contraption, an open cell or open prison, we call it, please let us vent our anger. Okay. Another thing I'm going to add is this. There is something called consistency and there is something called credibility. Both have been earned by Maiyegun. Your opinion is completely yours, but there's something about this platform that you might not have found out yet, or you will need to hear that from me directly this morning. I am Maiyegun. There is no duplicate. There is no alternative. There is no another example of Maiyegun. If you find any other person, they are their own person. And I've put my character to test many times. And I've got friends, real friends, who indeed are very much appreciative and they value the time we spend together on this platform. So credibility, consistency, sincerity, and open-mindedness. These are qualities that make this young man standing before you. It is not because of how much money I've got or probably how much position I've had. And there is no competition with anybody. If you come on Maiyegun's Diary, enjoy your time. Enjoy the humor. Enjoy the truth, the hard one that some of us have swallowed. I have learned to swallow the hard truth myself. And that is why I can say it to you without having to see you as a Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa, or of any other tribe. I see you as a victim of a rigged system, a victim of a rotten system, a victim of a system that was put in place to work against you, no matter how much you try to study it and probably make it perfect. We are all victims. And when we have a chance, an opportunity to express how we feel, you have no right to jump in and question our own expression. When you do, you are trespassing. And when you trespass, right? Most of the time they shoot trespassers. When you trespass beyond the boundary that is not yours, you get shot, killed. That's what happened. But we don't do that on Maiyegun's Diary. We just exterminate you, eliminate you, because you are a threat to the freedom that we all yearn for. So you are a threat. You can support them. Enjoy that. It is your right. But guess what? Not all of us, and you must admit that, not all of us will agree that slavery indeed is a good thing as long as you accept it. There is a fire on the mountain. We've known it from 2015 when terrorists took over power in Nigeria. Nigeria has never been won, will never be won, and nothing anyone can do that will ever make Nigeria one. Those who champion one Nigeria are two people, those who are benefiting from it and the ignorant ones who believe that at least when those who are benefiting, one day, they too will likely benefit or never. The ignorant ones. So except for these two, the reasonable people who can think critically, I mean, not people who are very much judgmental. And that is what you have in Nigeria. When the politicians destroyed the system, destroyed the education system as well, they ensured that what replaced critical thinking was the superstitious life that many of them have now, the duplicitous and judgmental life. They approach issues with intention to tell you who is right, who is wrong, no thinking. And that is why, as a victim of that rigged system, it is a crime against yourself to defend any of those criminals. It is a crime against yourself. It is a crime against humanity for what they have done and committed so far. So you may not know, but I give that to you, that it is your right. I'm not going to question that. But when you jump the line, to tell us how to talk, what to say, and what not to say, you are passing the boundary. And you are lucky. We won't shoot you. Okay? When Boko Haram and the APC government took over power in 2015, right? The intention was clear: to steal, to destroy, and to kill. But they hid the one that was actually most important: to divide. Let me be honest with you. In another 20, in another 12 months, that is if it's going to be up to that. By this time, 2021, you will realize that even those who are quiet, pretending to be APC themselves, they will no longer be able to pretend. And that will be the moment. The hidden division, the one they love to deny, will come to play. Many of them will join us by then. Terrorist government took over power. The first thing they went for, bam, was to further destroy the security architectures they met on ground. That's the first thing they did. They destroyed, they dismantled it. They now put a new set of criminals who are ready to champion whatever agenda they had in charge. The Northerners themselves, they shouted, "Eureka, Eureka. Yes, this is what we want. There is no way Boko Haram or any terrorist will attack anywhere in the north. Now that the generals, those who are in charge of Nigeria armory and the military, are now from the north, it is impossible. It is dead." They didn't know that they were actually foolish to believe that changing the military head, destroying the security architecture they met on ground, was the solution. Then what happened? More bodies, dead bodies, more terrorist groups, more camps, more IDP camps, more corruption, more stealing, more soldiers dead in 5 years. And it was deliberate. So when they came, they destroyed the security architecture they met on ground. They didn't improve on it. That brought more bloodshed to the people who thought having presidency was all they needed to be safe. That defeated that notion. Buhari became president. He changed all the military generals to Northerners. He promoted Buratai, the butcher, to chief of army staff, the man that is now in charge of the Nigerian army. He is from Borno State, the state that has witnessed the worst terrorist ISWAP and the rest of them attack is Borno State. The guy that said is from Borno State. So they destroyed that. Then they did something that has never been done before in the history of the whole world. I've never seen it before in my life. Never. Boko Haram, within 3 months, they told us that they have technically defeated Boko Haram. Within 3 months after saying that, the killings continued. And from nowhere, we didn't know that Buhari's government arranged and made an arrangement that is called Operation Safe Corridor. Safe Corridor. What is Safe Corridor for terrorists? All the terrorists arrested, those who were standing trial before Buhari became president, they released all of them. The ones that they claimed to also have arrested. Even during this period, they released all of them. From nowhere, Fulani herdsmen started killing people. From nowhere, those arrested, they were all free. No single person tried for committing all the killings you are hearing now in Nigeria under Buhari. A dead president. Few days ago, something happened. Aisha Buhari, the wife of the president, your first lady, yes, the number one woman in your country, our own security details. Initially, we thought it was actually the ADC. That is his own aide-de-camp, they call them. The policeman that always stand behind their wives. We thought he was the only one arrested, but something happened. This team, Aisha Buhari security details, they were returning from Lagos. Okay, they were returning from Lagos in this lockdown. They flew down from Lagos, and when they got to Abuja, they just drove straight into Aso Rock. Meanwhile, you know, say Buhari, as they say right now, they say he's dead. Another one is that even to those of us who haven't seen his body, Buhari is more or less like a dead man walking. He is dead to all of you in Nigeria. Do you know what happened? I don't know what they are protecting. They've locked the Oshibajo inside Aso Rock for over 3 months. Right? So this Aisha Buhari security guys, they came in, they drove into Aso Rock. Then this young man, Tunde Yusuf, Tunde Sabiu, Tunde Yusuf, don't be deceived by that Tunde in his name. Is Buhari's, I think they said it's Buhari's nephew or whatever. Is Mama Daura's sister's son. We'll break him like that. Is personal assistant or personal secretary to Buhari. I don't know what personal is, what secretaryship is doing. I don't know, but he's a personal secretary to Buhari, and is Buhari's more or less like son. The guy now told Aisha Buhari, First Lady's security, that they should obey the quarantine order in Aso Rock. And the quarantine order is that if you are out of Aso Rock to another state, if you come back or you come back from abroad, you will go into 14 days isolation. And because Buhari, a dead Buhari, can't talk, it was the secretary that faced security details of the wife of his oga. And when they were arguing, the boy quickly called the CSO, Chief Security Officer, to Buhari. Buhari no show, Buhari no train inside the film at all. The man they are all working for, the man that brought them into Aso Rock, there was no respect for him, because these people say we should respect the dead. How can you respect a dead man? That they are claiming that he's not dead, he's alive. How can you respect that? This young boy called the CSO, that the CSO should arrest all of them for disobeying the 14 days quarantine order in Aso Rock. Buhari no dey, Oshibajo no dey. No other senior officers or senior officials in the Aso Rock that came out to say, hey, calm down. It's all right. Listen, if we have to take the approval of the First Lady, we have to, but this is the right thing we have to do. Nobody came. The young boy acting on behalf of Buhari, that is part of the presidency, you know, that's what they tell you now, the presidency. Who is the presidency? All of them, because Buhari no dey. CSO quickly called the IG of police, because now realizing that these are the team of First Lady. Now, they had to take it out of Aso Rock. They call IG, police IG, to come and arrest First Lady's security details, because they are violating quarantine order in Aso Rock. Immediately, police IG sent him to go and arrest First Lady's security details. Buhari no dey, Oshibajo no dey, no senior officials in Aso Rock, nobody. could say, hey, do you want the media to hear this? Guys, stop. You know that the media are not our friend. Please, don't let this escalate. They escalated it because Buhari know they. They arrested all of them. Forced them, go put them inside one prison now. Like saying a joke, not joke. Fake news. Like joke. First lady shouted, please, IG, release all my security details. Oh. But before that, you know what First Lady did? First Lady shot office of Tunde. You this bastard. Who told you could do that? Who gave you that power? Hey, you. Go and lock his office. They shot Tunde's office. They sent Tunde out of Aso Rock. As I'm talking to you right now, Sabiu, Tunde, Yusuf, don't come off Aso Rock. Aisha Buhari security details. All of them, they prison now. They beg IG. So, First Lady didn't go to the president and say, my husband, can you imagine? Can you see what they are doing to me? I don't have security anymore. Because there is no Buhari to go to. Does that not tell you something? Doesn't that tell you something? I know you don't like it when I try to knock this analysis into your head and make you to begin to reason like, yeah, oh boy, it be things, oh boy, they make sense. Oh, why Aisha Buhari go to media and tell IG to release all our security when she could easily just walk to her husband and say, my husband, can you imagine IG arrested my security? And the president would just say, hey, Zomana, come back here. And media will not know. And they can say it's fake news. When people like us will talk about it, they'll say it's a rumor, it's fake news. But it's no longer fake news. So, my dear brother, Mumu Madu, Bele lecturer, Mumu lecturer, Buhari did not too, Buhari did too. Ngoziari, Nnekari, Buhari Shuku, Nnamdi, obedient fool, humble slave, sophisticated moron. Ask yourself, she didn't go to her husband. She went to the media. Where is her husband? Where is Buhari? Where are other senior Aso Rock officials when all of this was going on? That should tell you something. Okay? That's why I told you. All the drama going on inside Aso Rock should be able to tell you something. It's not hard. Okay? You may be struggling to accept it. It's so difficult. Could the Buhari be dead? Is Buhari really dead? Okay, that's difficult, but someone is in Aso Rock. How come that someone is no longer in charge? Shouldn't that tell you something? Maybe not. And I understand. But let's take it further. I'm still going to come back to Aso Rock issue because there's a lot going on. But let's talk about this sudden victim of godfatherism who are now suddenly coming back to their senses, trying to tell us that godfatherism is wrong, that people like us should not mock them. That's one thing we always disagree on. We tell you that when you do this, this is what will happen. And when it happens, you cry out again to say, oh, this is wrong, oh, this is wrong, oh. But you abuse us all the time. Because on the premise of I disagree with you. That is so wrong. Like that, you do all the time on social media. But when I say, when you glorify criminals, when you honor thieves, And when you reward scavengers and scroungers, pickpockets that you call leaders, and you lift them to this high heaven of never do wrong, all of that have consequences. And the consequences are what you're seeing today: chaos, death, blood. They rig the election at will. We cry about that, we shout about that. Nothing is done. When they begin to eat themselves, then you want us to stand on the side of justice for who? These guys kill people to rig the election. That's what they do. They kill people to gain access into your commonwealth. And when they gain access, they loot and loot until they vomit and purge. And when they begin to vomit and purge, you want us to now start talking about justice. Justice for who? Justice for criminals that can always realign at your own loss. Their friendship, their unity is your own loss. And that's why we won't join them. Today in Edo State, we'll watch the drama. Now, so now they tell Ambode, when Ambode began his own drama too, forgetting the fact that they had to also press on some people's heads to make him governor. When he came, he said he wanted to fight Godfather. And they said, Ambode is fighting Godfatherism. Are you mad? Who is fighting? How can someone, a product of Godfatherism, fight Godfatherism for you? Eh? And you are so like that, emotional about it. And you see, my brother, we need to join the party. When we gain access in, we can change it. You are just obscenely mad. That's just the word that actually came to my head. Obscenely mad. You want to join armed robbery so that you can change armed robbers. That is your mission. How does that sound? Does that sound good to you? You join them. They kill people, they rob, they steal, they burn to make you whatever you wanted to become. Now you have become that thing. You wanted to turn around and say, I'm on your side. People, come. Let us fight Godfather. Meanwhile, you don't fight the Godfather, immediately you become that thing. It is only when you feel like you are losing favor from me. That's when you will become, I'm fighting Godfathers. I'm fighting for you people. See, I'm building schools. I'm building hospitals for you. Your Godfather doesn't want me to build. And all of you will begin to sing that. The same story. Same story. Everybody, hey, you see Maiyegun, you see this guy is trying. This guy is trying. I don't know how many, I can't count how many people, how many thieves that many of you have told me they were trying since 1999. I can't count. I have been around long enough to be able to tell you that you can no longer tell me who is trying, because you can't be a product of Godfatherism and then turn around when you lose favor and say you want to fight Godfatherism. All of us should join you. When did we become your friend? Did we rig election with you? Did we do Vuvuzela with you? Did we steal money with you? And when you and your Godfather were swearing the oath, when you are drinking the blood, when you are aiming and doing all your nonsense to make you who you are, we did there. Don't bring us into that political correctness. That's why they say, Maiyegun, which side are you? I am on the side of those who get sense. I'm not on the side of those whose life is ruled by emotion. And that is why I react. I think critically about things before I eventually vent my anger. And when I vent my anger, they don't come out good. Trust me, they don't come out. I know that most of my anger, most of my posts, they don't come out good because that is how I feel. Do you understand that? I'm on the side of the people who have sense, people who can think, critical thinkers, not those who will jump. This is how they say Nigerians jump into discussion. When they read, they find a name. Tinubu. You continue to find a name. Buhari. Or you mention PDP, APC, or you say Christian, Muslim. So once they pick those keywords, then they dive into that conversation. I said, are you trying to say Christians are bad? Meanwhile, the post is not talking about Christians are bad. You know what I mean? That's who Nigerians are, because they have destroyed their ability to have self-critical thinking. I just gave you a narrative now. A very clean, straightforward narrative. No grammar, no big English, no nothing. Christ is still inside our soul rock. Buhari, they say they are alive. Buhari's wife get problem with Buhari's secretary. Buhari's secretary call police to arrest Buhari's wife security. Buhari's wife didn't go to Buhari. Buhari didn't hear about all of that, all the drama and everything. They began shooting inside Aso Rock. Buhari no feel threatened. Buhari no come out, no nothing until police IG come arrest. Now, police IG arrested them. Aisha Buhari no go to her husband to report police IG and Buhari's secretary to Buhari. She didn't. She went on to the media on Twitter and she said, police IG, you need to release all my... What the heck? What does that tell you? So if someone tells you that Buhari is dead, should you be standing there, sitting down there with your big head, saying, well, this is nonsense? Is Buhari alive to you? President, a president, not someone who is in a care home, suffering from dementia. A president. Imagine, president. If they shoot for my street, I will react. I want to know what is going on. Because there's never been any gunshot on my street. So how can they be shooting inside Aso Rock to the point that the first lady had to go to media to tell the IG to please release our own security? Come on, guys. Come on. Like, think about it. Should you be sitting there abusing people who say Buhari is dead? Should you? With your big empty head, should you be sitting there? Can you prove that Buhari is alive now? We can say Buhari doesn't know what is going on in Katsina, that they have killed in the past 2 weeks. They have been killing people in Katsina, in Borno, in Kaduna, in Sokoto. Let's even say Buhari doesn't know all of that. Agreed. They are hiding them from me. They are not turning on the television. In fact, they are not showing him all of that. The one that affected his wife, Aisha, inside Aso Rock. Can you allow your secretary to insult your wife? Can you? Many of you will say yes anyway, because we know you. We know how you program your head. Yeah, and I know why you will say that. Because that's what will make you feel like, yes, if my wife does anything wrong, yes, and my secretary can, I know many of you like that. I know. But in reality, you will never take it. In truth, you won't take it. You know that. But for political exigencies, yeah, if my wife does anything wrong, yes, what is that? Yeah, or you won't. You know you won't. Now for 4 days, this has been going on. IG is still keeping the security details of Aisha Buhari. Listen, Amo. Buratai the butcher. Yusuf Buratai the butcher is the chief of army staff. The guy publicly said he relocated to Borno State. How many of you remember? Just in the middle of Corona. You remember? When Buratai said he was relocating to Borno, something happened. I just remember. Good. Do you remember that in February? In February, the Chadians, led by their president, they chased Boko Haram from Chad, enter Niger. You remember? They chased Boko Haram and other terrorists. They chased them, enter Nigeria, enter Borno. Within 2 days, Shekau started calling on Muhammad, started calling on Allah, started calling on God to come and defend them. That the Shadian army are killing them. How many of you remember? Yes. They almost betrayed the Boko Haram. And from nowhere, Burataye the butcher quickly began his media paparazzi. I am relocating to Borno. Yes, we are going to defeat Boko Haram. The way they got to Borno, he began sharing rice, sharing for some people in the camp, right? He began sharing, serving them rice, trying to show us that the Nigerian soldiers are enjoying in the war front. Who enjoy war front? The way was there, sharing food there, right? We didn't know that Buratai the butcher went to Borno to stop the advancement of the Chadian army from conquering and destroying Boko Haram once and for all. So the moment he moved there, it means that the Chadians needed to hand over to him. They needed to hand over the fight to Nigeria because they don't have the right or authority to come and fight on Nigerian soil. Would you believe that? So they handed the fight to Buratai. And from nowhere, they began the media paparazzi again. The Nigerian army killed 150 Boko Haram fighters. You remember that story? Now, the Nigerian army killed 300 Boko Haram fighters. You remember that story? They were all lies, not completely true. And I'm so sorry to some of you are these genuine soldiers who are fighting this war. You know what you are facing, and you know the truth. Your efforts are being traded for this social media acceptance by Buratai. Your suffering, your under equipment are being denied by the Buratai's government. That is why we would make this as clean, as open as I am presenting it right now. They killed 300 fighters. They killed this, they killed that. They were lies. Lies. And they have succeeded that if you are a reporter in Nigeria, right, a journalist in Nigeria, if you dare report so much about the killings of Boko Haram in Nigeria, right, they will come for you. Ask those who are helping to release some of these details to the public. They are in hiding. They can't be seen in public. Meanwhile, they were the people who were supposed to be helping the military, but the military is actually what? Is complicit. Buratai relocated. The story of killing of Boko Haram and the rest of that, the Chadians or wherever they come from, they left. You have seen it all. You have seen how many people dead so far. You have seen the way they're happening every day now. You can see that today, they have reported about three shootings right now in the northern part of Nigeria, where Boko Haram or whatever terrorists they are attacking communities, destroying lives, destroying properties, and they are going scot-free. Buhari is not aware. Do you think if Buhari is alive for real and he has all these figures, Buratai will still be your chief of staff? I'm talking to you, Musa, or is it Abdullah your name? You. Are you proud of the job that Buhari and Bokwari and the Buratai have done so far to protect lives in the north? I don't think you are. Or you may say you are. But yeah, I understand. They haven't got to you yet. Wait for your turn. It will come. It's a matter of time. It will come. Right? Don't worry. Now, we have stories of Fulani axemen, Fulani terrorists traveling down to the east, to the south. Villages are their first targets. When they move down, they are not moving. Listen, see, you may love Buhari as you wanted to to pretend. Good, it's your right. But there must be other things that actually mean more to you than loving Buhari. And that should be your life. Do you want to be at that point where you will be begging for your life and you won't live to tell the story? And one day, we will also be talking about you because you see those people killed in Borno, right? in the past 4 days, or non-stop, 4 days, non-stop. Guy, they love Buhari too. Many of them love Buhari. Believe me, they do, or they did, because they're dead now. The whole place is yam, pepper, scatter. If the military are not attacking police will be attacking civil defense. If the civil defense are not being attacked, even civil defense themselves will be attacking FRSC. You know, it's more or less like you are leaderless. And when you don't have leaders, then you don't have a country. You cannot continue like that. These are just the dot, the T's, the line, and it just dot the line or whatever they call it. You know, cross the T's, dot the line. Do it, and you will realize that if you are given room for what you call it, critical thinking, most of all these shenanigans going on would never have caught you unaware, and you would never have found yourself defending any of them from any capacity at all. Yes, critical thinking. Does this make sense? This doesn't make sense. Okay, if I'm trying to make sense out of this, it still never makes sense. Right? They don't make sense to me. And I know they don't make sense to many as well. He can't protect you. He can't protect his wife. The vice president, they locked him up. I'm a Yoruba man. Do you really think, let's even take politics out of it. Do you really think we actually feel good that they are treating Oshibaju like that? Under any circumstances, whatever circumstances it is, treating him like that. You can tell he is more or less like in prison. When you see his pictures, when you see his video with swollen eyes, he is locked in the house. For what? Will make you proud that was right. That's not right. They said he is negative of COVID-19. Other government officials are traveling about, telling us that they are handling government businesses, and they locked him in there. Same way they locked up the half-dead body of Buhari that cannot defend his wife. What does that tell you? A man that can't defend his wife from his own staff. Hello. I won't buy that. No, I won't buy that. They are invading South. They are settling into the villages. A research was done in 2019 and by a Yoruba think tank group. And they found that in Yoruba land alone, in our forest alone, they detected over 1,726 camps of Fulani herdsmen in Yoruba land alone. In the bushes, 1,726 camps. Those are the ones they could find. Yorubas are sleeping on the time bomb. We will cry, we will scream, we will shout only when the killing starts. I, Maiyegun, will not wait until then before I tell you that if you don't have responsible leaders, as we don't right now, if you keep having these pretenders, these lackeys, you know, these loafers, these scroungers and these pickpockets, pretenders who pretended to be your leaders, if you continue to indulge them and you continue to defend them, guess what? When the call comes, they won't be there to protect you. That's the unfortunate thing. Look at the Northerners. Look at the North. The 19 state governors under PDP then, when PDP was in power, 19 state governors, they had so much clout, so much reach, so much power, that they were invited into the White House to discuss the insecurity in the North. 19 state governors in 2014. Obama invited them to, that was how powerful they were. That was how they pretended, how much they pretended to love their region, to love the North. But they loved the North only because someone was, the president of the country at that time was not a Northerner. Now that they should show that they love the North, they have all become musus, and they become accomplices, feeding fat from the gullible idiots who are still clinging on to politics, religion. I'm a Northerner. You are just as stupid as those who believed the 19 state governors then, who went to to America to tell America that Nigeria is going to divide if Jonathan continues. And Obama came to their aid, gave them asteroid or whatever is his name. Obama's campaign manager, change campaign manager, was given to APC. They said, take asteroid. I don't know if that's his name, how to pronounce his name, wherever it is. I know you know him. Asteroid, go with APC and go and see what you can do to defeat, Jonathan for them and bring these terrorists to power. And it happened. Today, more terror, more death, more poverty, more displacement. Guys, more corruption. But the northern governors are deaf and dumb now. They are deaf, they are blind, deaf and dumb. They have become musus. Can you beat that? No, you can't. You can't. The same way, those who are feeling proud of the northerners when Buhari and Boko Haram terror gang took over government. I have seen Rama 2. The problem with some of you is that Rama 2, you are not supposed to be here, okay? You are on the wrong place, but it's all right. We will take care of Rama 2 later. So Rama 2, you must be happy with the way they are killing your people right now. You must be proud with the way they are kidnapping and raping your women. Rama 2. That must be something you are very proud of, I believe, right? Yes, they will get to you. Okay? There were those before you. There will be more after you. They will come for you if you are real. And if you're not, whoever is behind the account, enjoy your freedom now before they come to God. To what? To kill you. Because they will come. They will come. I'm a Yoruba man. And when I see all this data that says we have 1,726 Fulani camps in Yoruba land, that send fear. It sends shivers down my spine, because not for myself, but for the harmless people that will become their victims, and they will become statistics. 14 people killed in Ibadan, 32 people killed in this, 40 people killed there. There will be Yoruba people. That sends shivers down my spine. And that's why as a Yoruba man, there are so many things wrong that you have been told to ignore. It's not that bad. Maybe they are just overreacting. Hello. Overreacting. So if the news came that when they are exchanging gunfire, they shoot Aisha Buhari, they will say the same way the dead poisoned rat, Abakiyari. They will say, na Allah, we. Abi, you are numb to what will kill you if you are one of those. As a Yoruba man, you don't have to wait until they pluck that your eyes out, because your leaders won't care. They would allow them to gouge your eyes out, as long as they will pay them. Black life matter, Black life matter, Black life matter. Only when you kill black man. But look at what they are doing to ourselves. Look at what we are doing to ourselves. Does black life matter to a black man? Does a black life matter to you as a black man? Can you prove it that it matters to you? Can you show the feelings that a black man, life matter to you? Or you are just one of those, right? It's not that bad. It's only when a white man kills a black man, then it becomes like a black life matter. Does a black life really matter to a black man or a black woman? So when you begin to have that critical thinking, then we'll begin to channel our energy to the right causes that indeed serves us. All lives matter. That's what I believe. A black man holding a gun out because he's wearing black, and he has a tag name called police, will walk straight onto a street. No offense, no crime committed, but he is about to commit a crime legally. In the process, if you get killed, they have a name for it: accidental discharge. What happened to the life taken? Does that life matter? Shouldn't that life also matter? What about these people being killed in the north? You as a black man, you call the killers terrorists. Does terrorists have license to kill you? Does your life matter to you? Should the people that should keep you protected believe your life matters? Have they proved it to you that indeed they care and they know that your life matters? They don't give a damn about you. But it's good. Some of us live in, we live in advanced countries where indeed our life matters. And when anybody comes to threaten it, we will stand up and fight it. You know one thing? The system allows us to do that. That's the difference. The two worlds we live in. I'm a black man in a white man's country, and they are telling me, because I am telling them that my life matters, and their system has proved it enough for me that my life, indeed my life matters. Now, if my life come under threat, the system allows me to fight for it. Can the victims of Boko Haram, victims of Fulani herdsmen, can they actually take up a fight against their government to ask them, does our life matter? Can they? They will kill them again, because the killers are the government. How would you tell your killer that your life matters? If he values your life in the first place, he will protect it. Yes. If I have a racist attack, if I'm racially attacked on this street, let me be honest with you, right? If I'm in any way attacked on my street and it's linked to racial attack, do you know that the system will care for me enough to put me to safety, even if I have to have a policeman standing in front of my house? Can your Nigeria government, for once, at least, protect you when you have a tribal attack in Nigeria? Can the police protect you when the police themselves are the racial bastards that you have, or tribal bastards you have in Nigeria too? You know that? The system, it is the people that build system. You build system. So I can stand there and say, my life matters, because my life matters. Or if I go to Nigeria, if all these miscreants, all these misguided touts, Facebook bandits, social media herdsmen, who are already, right, destroyed psychologically, to see people who try to tell them the effect of whatever they're doing as their enemies. If these criminals should attack me in Lagos, do you know that the only reason why it will go viral is because finally someone don't deal with that idiot with the UK, they talk nonsense? Does my life matter to you? Maybe not to many of you. Is that a place? Is that a place? It isn't. So thank you so much for your time this morning. Our morning sermon is wrapped up. I'll see you again when I see you. But go away with this. There is fire on the mountain. It's been on for so long. They have been doing a lot to quench it. They have turned garbage Shehu. They have turned Femi Additional. They have turned them to script writers and production directors or video directors of which Buhari they are going to give you next week, or which Buhari they are going to give to you tomorrow. So they are in charge. That is their new job. But one thing you should always remember is this. Any information that come out of that Aso Rock in defense of that Aso Rock, if it is not coming directly from a live video feed from Buhari himself, sitting down, taking questions from journalists, asking him direct questions, and he's responding to that, if it is not coming, remember this. Those who are sending you those messages, those who are releasing those press statements, those who are releasing those videos and pictures, Femi Additionals and co, and the rest of them, know that they pay them. They pay them to do just that. They are not doing it because they love Nigeria. They are not doing it because they love Buhari or anybody. They are not doing it because they love the government. They are paid to do just that. They are doing their job now. It is now left for you, if you want to continue to be fooled, deceived, with the toga of one Nigeria, one Nigeria. I am a Yoruba man, and I support the breakup of Nigeria. If you are with me, spread the message. The best thing that will ever happen to Yoruba land is when Yoruba land break away from Nigeria. I am a Yoruba man. I am Maiyegun, and I endorse the division of Nigeria whenever it's going to come. You, listening to me right now, you are now an apostle of Operation Divide Nigeria. From every corner of the world you find yourself. Let's start this. And to cap it up, Diaspora Radio building and all of that is currently going on as steady as we want it. Everything is falling into place as we wanted it. And like I said, it is bound to be the best. To those of you who have actually supported so far, and to those who are still going to support until we get this completely off ground, I say thank you to you. But behold, in another few days, yes, less than another week, when I am also available and free to test run the radio, we will begin test running Diaspora Radio online very soon. And that will be mostly in July. In July, the test running of Diaspora Radio, music, voice, program, a few things like that will go on from July to September. And by September, we will unwrap it. We will open it. And it will be the most wonderful things that has been created out of our own conversation and being friends on this platform. I am Maiyegun, and I will always be that same Maiyegun, you know. It won't change. And if it changes, maybe it is your thought and your thinking that has changed from what they used to be. Until I see you again, until we have this opportunity again, do not fall for their tricks anymore. They were paid to trick you. And if you continue to allow it, then you are making their jobs worthwhile. It is time to say no to all the trash, the additional from the Aso Rock. There is nobody in that building. Go check it out. Good morning.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran òòrè.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀.
Thank you very much.